Tottenham were totally outclassed by Manchester City in the Carabao Cup final. Jose Mourinho's Spurs may have had a chance of winning the trophy. With the scores level 0-0 at Wembley after half an hour, there was a brief moment that showed the size of the task at hand for Ian Mason. As he watched on from the touchline, a graphic during Sky Sports' broadcast of the Carabao Cup final flashed across the screen. It was a managerial head-to-head. Pep Guardiola, 694 games, 517 wins, 24 major trophies. In the opposite dugout was Mason, 2 games, 1 win, 0 trophies of course. Unfortunately for the Spurs interim boss, that did not change come full time, but the graphic seemed brutal, needless and harsh. Mason had been employed by Daniel Levy without pressure and with the freedom to go and potentially make something of Spurs' season. Bringing back the good feel factor amongst the fan base would be considered enough for both Levy and the supporters respectively. But in hindsight, was the timing of Levy's ruthless decision correct? The graphic and performance suggests otherwise. When it comes to winning trophies, Jose Mourinho is one of the best in the business. Yes, his Spurs tenure was stale, bordering levels of toxicity and seemingly heading nowhere, but Mourinho knows what it takes to win football matches. Furthermore, he is one of few managers to actually beat City this season. His old side's 2-0 win over the Premier League champions-elect last November was vintage Mourinho. A masterclass in fact. Tottenham had just 33% possession that day and managed 2 shots on target, both of which went in. City had a staggering 22 shots at Tottenham's goal but couldn't find the breakthrough. There was a similar level of dominance today at Wembley, despite City winning by just 1 goal. They registered 21 shots to Tottenham's 2 and hit 63% of the ball. There was a ridiculously one-sided final. Spurs never looked like scoring. In fairness, much of that was due to the quality of City in possession and the fact Harry Kane was playing with one ankle. Yet right from the get-go and even perhaps the build-up following the win over Southampton, nobody really gave Spurs a chance. It was a free hit as such, but it only became that following the sacking of Mourinho. When he was at the helm, it very much seemed like a decisive game in regards to his future, and there was still a glimmer of hope. The opportunity was taken away from him, as he was harassed by press outside his Battersea home on Monday night. Mourinho was asked whether he felt he deserved the chance to manage Spurs in the final. He remained silent, but his face told the story as he chose to bite his tongue. Although several members of the Spurs dressing room had grown tired of Mourinho, a number of players including Kane, Heung-min Son, Eric Dyer, Lucas Moura and Hugo Lloris were still in his corner. Levy had every right to pull the trigger on Mourinho. It was never going to work out. Many felt it was a strange match from the very beginning. But nobody can argue against the notion that Spurs had a better chance of winning this final with Mourinho at the helm. Mason's tactics and substitutions, which included the surprise introduction of Moussa Sissoko in the second half, were very questionable to say the least. Tanguy Ndombele's skill and drive may have been the perfect way to beat the City press and get Spurs up the field. He did not enter the fray at all. Lucas Moura, Tottenham's best player, was withdrawn on the hour mark as Gareth Bale failed to have a say on proceedings. Mourinho's style and approach remains dull, but he possesses the tools to outwit Guardiola, as he has done on so many occasions throughout his career. We may never know the ins and outs of his sacking, but on this occasion, it's justifiable to argue that Levy got it wrong.